Hey, welcome back to the DBB channel. Today we have another Union Arena TCG and it'll be between Bleach and Tekken. Now, who knew one day we have such an iconic series fighting it out in a card game? Now, it's only possible because of the Union Arena TCG. So in today's matchup, we have Bleach Purple with a combination of Ichigo, Rukia and Byakuya. We will focus on building his drop zone to utilize the abilities. On the other hand, we have Red Tekken Kazuya, which aims to deliver combo like a real Tekken game. So who shall emerge victory today? So without further ado, let's dive right to the game itself, as we do have the left player going first. Now he does have 2 AP this turn, as he does set the Ichigo in the previous turn already. Does set another Ichigo here, which is just Vanilla's. He does set another Byakuya, which is just another Vanilla and just passing turn while generating 3 energy, preparing for his next turn. Now the right player does start off with 2 energy this turn and then straight away playing the Kazumi. Now Kazumi only generates 2 energy when he's standing, so he does go for the final trigger here, which allows him to basically have 2 new moves. He does go for the Lucky Chloe here, allowing you to draw 1 and placing 1 card underneath here. This will actually allow you to set up for future combos for the Kazuya deck. Now the last AP does go for the Devil Kazumi. Now Devil Kazumi does retire the paw there and that's drawing 1 and allowing you to play a 3 energy below card in the form of Kazuya, and then because of paw he does draw additional 1 card. And Kazuya actually just put the top card underneath it, allowing you to plus 500 during his own turn. Now we do have 3 AP for the left player here, and the right player actually accelerated his gameplay through the final trigger. The left player does go for the Ichigo, which does generate 2 energy, giving him 5 energy this turn. He does go for the Byakuya here, which is a 5 cost rate. Not much things he could do. He does go for the Bankai here though, allowing him to set up 2 more APs. And he's going to actually use one of the APs here to actually drop a Byakuya, which allows him to actually minus 500 on top of the opponent player. It doesn't really matter too much, but however he does go for the Ichigo Red, pushing his energy line to the front line. Now he does have 2 4K swinging at the life here, and the right player doesn't block it. That's into the Xiao Yi, which doesn't have any trigger. The next card will actually be the Kazumi, allowing you to draw 1 card. So drawing cards is always definitely very welcome here, as the right player does go for his 3 AP turn finally. How we actually react to these 2 4K bodies, he does go for the paw. With paw behind, it does generate 6 energy, and looks like it's going to go for the Kazuya Red, which allows him to actually just draw 1 card. Of course, sack 1 of his own card to kill off opponent's 4K below. Does draw 1 and then slotting 1 underneath Kazuya. And because of the paw, he does actually draw additional 1 more card. Now Kazuya does actually gain double damage if you have 4 cards beneath him, so it does take a while, but we do see another Lucky Chloe coming down here. And Lucky Chloe definitely does help by putting the card underneath her, slotting underneath Kazuya. Now it does slot underneath the other Kazuya, which basically gains 500 for each card underneath it, so it does give it to be a 4K attacker, but we do see a Byakuya Red here, which allows him to, on play, placing 2 cards from the outside area to the remove area, allowing him to minus 1K to the opponent field, basically nullifying those attacks. So it does save him from additional damage there, as he does go for the AP draw 1, and then actually calling down the Byakuya again with double energy, leaving him with 5 energy here. Does use the last AP to actually drop the Rukia here, but Rukia does have only an attacking skill, so it won't really be activating its effect here, but we do see the Byakuyas dropping down on the life, and we do hit into a color trigger for the red, which only kills off a 2.5k character below, which unfortunately the left player doesn't have any. The right player does go for the AP draw 1, hopefully drawing to a special or something to remove the left player's board, because 4k bodies is definitely going to be very annoying, as he just keep dropping or rather attacking the life, and you actually can't really do too much about it except throwing your bodies to block it. Now he does go for the Kazuya. Now his field does have a lot of cards underneath their cards, but it doesn't really contribute to the Kazuya's best turn. And he does actually hit into the red Rukia here, which allows him to on play draw 3 discarding 2. So we do see another red trigger coming from the left player here, which does really accelerate the gameplay for the left player here, as he can just have 4k bodies without actually using the AP. The right player does use the Kazuya to swing with 4k here. The left player doesn't block it, and it's going to eat 1 life, it's going to be down at 3. Now with both players being at 3, the left player definitely has the advantage because Byakuya has a very significant skill. Now the left player is going to go for the AP draw 1 first before we dive into the skill itself, as we do go for the Rukia. It's going to go for the Rukia Red, which he does receive it from the previous damage in the last turn, allowing him to draw 3 discarding 2 once again. Now at the start of the video, I did mention how Bleach Purple really wants to aim to build trash, and building trash allows him to activate his ability. Now as we go through the trash here, we do count that there's 6 trash in total, which allows him to activate both his Byakuya to actually gain impact +1, which is pretty scary if you ask me, because the right player is actually already at 3 life, so he's going to throw his bodies to block against the Rukias, and of course receiving the attacks from the Byakuya. The right player doesn't actually activate any trigger here, which is definitely very unfortunate, and he's now down currently at 1 life, which is definitely very scary because in the next turn, if he doesn't actually end this game, the Byakuya will just activate his skill once again, and we will see the Impact 1 actually going in for game. Now he does go for the final here after the AP draw 1, which puts him back to 3. Looks like he does go for the Kazuya 1 cost, which allows him to actually slot underneath it once again. And he's going to actually go for the Devil Kazuya. Now Devil Kazuya does have a very interesting skill, as he can actually allow him to discard 5 cards on the field. Underneath those cards, you can actually gain double attack. Now on play the same turn, he does gain double damage, so in this turn alone, he does have double attack and double damage, which is definitely a very scary card on the turn he's played. But however, the left player does have, 3 life to work with, so it's going to actually get another red trigger here, but not going to do too much. But the Devil Kazuya is going to go for the swing, and the Rukia is going to block it. And do realize every time the Rukia bodies drop, he actually contributes 2 cards to the drop zone. So the right player is going to swing one more time with just 1 more attack, and it's going to just eat it because he does have 2 life. Eating to another Byakuya raid here, it's going to go for the raid here, and of course just developing another 4k body. And of course in this turn alone, you just have to use Byakuya effect, gaining impact 1, and it's going to hit through those bodies no matter what. But looks like it's going to go for the Ichigo first with double energy, and then going for the special in his hand most likely with the Getsuga Tensho, killing off the Kazuya, and of course the Zenbon Sakura to kill off the Devil Kazuya as well. And of course using the drop zone, he does have 6 ones again, and it's going to give 2 Byakuyas with the impact 1. So to go for the swing here, and does hit into the Kazuya, and this will be game. Now let's take a look at the Bleach Purple deck list. This is not the one-to-one copy of what the guy is playing, but this will just be a skeleton for those who are interested to play Bleach Purple. Now for Bleach Purple, it's pretty standardized. You do play 14 zeros here, which adds a lot of consistency for the deck. And of course, you're playing the 3 main cards, which is Ichigo, Byakuya, and Rukia. And if you guys have already seen in the video itself, the Byakuya and the Rukia is actually working hand in hand, given how much it can do. But one card we did not actually see in the game itself is actually the Ichigo raid. Now for Ichigo raid, it does allow you to remove 1 card, and for every card you remove from the outside area, you do actually minus 500. So with 8 cards, you can actually kill off any 4k bodies in the game. Now this deck is definitely one of the meta decks considered in Asia itself, so you guys should definitely try it out. Next will be the Kazuya deck list. Now Kazuya deck list does actually revolve around Devil Kazuya and of course Kazuya himself. Now Devil Kazuya is a beast of a card, given that it can gain double damage on the turn it's played, and is inactive, meaning it doesn't have summoning sickness. And of course, if you can reach the 5 card count for the Devil Kazuya, you can actually do double damage, double attack, which is very deadly in this game, given that your opponent have to react to it almost immediately. Next, we are also playing the Devil Kazumi. Now Devil Kazumi is definitely a very value card, which allows you to sack one of your own card to cycle through, and of course spawning a card which does generate 2 energy in the form of Kazuya and of course Lucky Chloe. Now thank you guys for watching till the end, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you guys do enjoy the content.